All right, so we're here in the bounder, and on our way in, I just wanted to stop and show you guys. You have a fire extinguisher here on the exit door portion. Also, a little light here on the side. There we go, the porch light. So with your porch light operation, you'll have that light here. So we'll go ahead and leave that guy on and shut it off here. Right. And so this entry step button here, when you have this switched on and the engine off, what it does is it allows those electric steps to operate. And with simply just by closing the screen door. All right, and that last switch, light on or light on off. Okay, so that's gonna turn on the interior light here. So that'll give you enough light to where you can walk around and see and find out where all the other little light switches are in this old beast. And also a water pump switch here to turn on that water pump. It is going to be needed for you to have proper water pressure when you're going to go ahead and operate that pump. Over here, this is where we operate our water heater from. So you can turn that on and you can see that thing fire up. Right now, everything is winterized, and if you're finding the unit like this and it is winter time, then what you're going to want to do is leave that alone and leave that water pump alone, because it's a dry unit right now. But be this in the summertime, what you're going to find is this will be your water heater switch, and you'll turn that on and you'll hear that water heater fire up. You'll kind of hear a tick tick tick, boom. So here we got this unit actually has a really big double door refrigerator unit in it. So it's got two sides of a freezer and a really big refrigerator unit down here. So when operating this guy, we'll go ahead and show you the controls here. So we'll go ahead and turn that on, and it's on auto right now, okay? And so when we switch it over to LP, what that'll do is it'll draw from the gas circuit. And that's what you'll use when you're driving around and you're not plugged into something. When you're plugged into something, you can push the mode and you can switch that thing on over to auto. And what that'll do is it'll draw from the electricity. So that'll save you on propane. And just make sure you're doing that when you're plugged in, or if you want to run your generator, that's an option too. But either way, you're using fuel there. So basically you just want to use that auto setting when you're plugged into somewhere. So the temperature setting, it'll go, let's see, it should go all the way up as far as 9. But really what Norcold has told us is that 4 is basically the optimum setting for this refrigerator. So that's what you'll want to run that thing on. So go ahead and turn that off for now. I'm going to go over quickly how to operate the climate control. Here are the electronic climate control setup, and we'll just touch on a few highlights of that system, all right? So this thing's got 2 units here. It's got AC1 and AC2. It also has the heat available, so you flip it up for heat and you'll hear that on. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn that off. Okay, so but what it's gonna do in the summertime, when you're gonna want to cool, you're gonna want to go ahead and start with your AC1, and you can switch it down to low cool. Okay, and on low cool you'll go ahead and set your temperature setting. And what that'll do is it'll fire up the cooler, the AC unit. And what you're going to want to do is have your generator running or be plugged into somewhere before you're going to go ahead and use the AC unit on this, because it'll just, it basically just won't work. I mean, it needs some pretty good juice to run. So make sure you're plugged in to a 30 amp or you're got your generator running to use that AC unit. So when you are plugged into a 30 amp or you have your generator running, flip that over to low cool. Let that first AC unit fire up for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to want to basically what that does is it allows the generator to go ahead and support that load. Once the generator is supporting the load, you can go ahead and fire up that second one, bring that one down to low cool, and set your temperature setting, and that's going to fire up the secondary AC unit in this big thing. And then the generator will be prepared to handle that second load. So that's basically the steps to take. Make sure you go AC1 and then AC2. So I'm going to shut those off in that order. All right. So right outside the bedroom here, on the other side of the kitchen, the refrigerator, there is your main breaker panel box here. So fuse panel is in here. You can get to it by just removing this little twist screw here, And also all of your breakers are here. This is what they should always look like on. If they are off, then they have been tripped, and you can go ahead and just reset those things by just going back through there and resetting that breaker.